Little Fam versus Handsome. Can't quite get rid of that air coming at him. New nightlight. I got today. Hi everyone, my name is Jeannie, and I want to talk to you about safety with Walmart bags and their handles. June 21st, 2017, I had a bad accident. 100% my fault. And people told me not to leave these bags hanging up on the doors, at least one of the straps. And I did that, and this part here was on the floor and I did not see it. I walked out of the bathroom. My foot got caught in this while it was hanging on the door. I use this for laundry or whatever stuff. I had a shelf between the window and my stove, a metal shelf, one of those old slider printer shelves. It had metal on it. I had hit that with this side of my face. I clipped here, across my side of my nose, across my cheek, scratched the cornea in my left eye, and I clipped up here. 3 feet, the shelf was 3 feet off the floor. After I hit the shelf, my face hit the cement tile floor. My right knee hit the corner of the bathroom doorway and the cement tile floor at the same time. And about 5-6 minutes, I woke up and trying to figure out what happened. I couldn't see on my left eye. It was all blurry. And I was playing games on Facebook when it happened. And I just happened to take my glasses off. And when I fell, and I had a cut across here, but no stitches. It looked like I had stitches done, and I never did. And I could barely talk. My jaw, top and bottom jaw, was so much pain. And along my face, I thought I broke my nose. And because I had blood. And the scary thing was, I got up. I had to find my way from the bathroom, kitchen area, back to where the computer was. And then let my friends know on chat, before Facebook took chat off, let them know I had fallen and they told me to call 911. And for me, not able to see my phone properly, I had it right up to my nose. And I called the person on the phone, which was a friend of mine, who used to deliver my medications. And I told him I fell and I need to go to the hospital. And he says, well, I'm in Enderby. And I called 911. I gave him the wrong address because I could barely talk. I called back again, said, I'm at this address, and there were 10 minutes later, they showed up. The two ladies that were in the ambulance, one of them told me it's my fault for the fall, which I agree 100%, and she refused to take me to the hospital. I had to fight with them, and finally said, please take me to the hospital. I don't know if I broke any bones in my face or in my body of how I fell. Finally, they took me to the hospital. The worst ride in my life because I almost fell coming out of the ambulance. And they go, oh, stop faking it. And I said, I'm not faking it. And I get in the hospital and they get me in to see the nurse. And I told the nurse of how I was treated by the lady at the ambulance. Had treated me wrong. And I was hurt by it and in extreme pain. This happened at 1:30 in the afternoon on June 21st, 2017. And the doctor checked me out. They did over 30 x-rays of my head and shoulder, this shoulder here, because I could hardly move it. And I had a heat phaser next to behind the shelf where I fell. And I took a chip out of my phone too when I fell at the same time. And they had me at the hospital and they gave me something to help with the pain. And the doctor comes in, said I had badly bruised my face and my whole face and jaw, and I had no broken bones. This time I didn't realize I had injured my knee until about 6 months later. And a week after I came out of the hospital, I was so scared to go down my stairs because I couldn't see proper. I called the eye doctors, told them there's something wrong with my eye. I fell and I can barely see out of it. And it's almost like you have 10 Ziploc bags all gathered together and you're trying to look through it and you couldn't see it. And my cheek was about to here, swollen. My whole face is puffed out. I'll add pictures to it in the as I go. And come back from the hospital, caught the bus. I was embarrassed to be on the bus because of my face. And I got home and the meds they gave me at the hospital started wearing off, and the pain was 50 times worse than it was after I fell. And I got back home and I told my sister I'm scared to look in the mirror of how bad my face looks. And she said, oh, it's okay, it's not that bad. And I looked at it and I started crying because the gash right here was the worst of all. And the doctor said I somehow managed to cut around the crease on the bottom of my nose. And if I were to hit it harder on this side, even harder, I would have cut part of my nose deeper, but I didn't. And I come out of the hospital and got on the bus to come home, shaking really bad for a good week of being scared. And that's and then I went to see the eye doctor, and they did field testing, and I'll also put those pictures up too. And I only had 5% vision in my left eye from when I fell. And that was in July. I had the field testing done. And a few months later, they called me back to do another field testing, and they gave me some drops, or not drops, ointment to put on my eye. And it helped out a lot, but I still have difficulties seeing large spots or shadows in my left eye. And by the time I got to see my family doctor, they ordered a CT scan on my head, and I waited for results and went back seeing my doctor again, and he said I have to go to the eye doctors again, and they sent me to an eye surgeon specialist. And of course, they had dilated both my eyes so I couldn't see straight if I tried. And a gentleman helped me on the bus to find the eye surgeon place, and of course, it had to be on my left side where I couldn't see. I had to use my right side to find my way around. And they did a whole pile of testing. I said my eyes are pretty much dilated for a good 2 days worth. And they did all different things and checking. And I went to my family doctor. They wrote a thing for my doctor, and what had happened is when I hit here and here, there's a optic nerve somewhere in this area, and I had hit hard enough to give myself a concussion, plus the swelling of my optic nerve swelled up so bad that I couldn't see. And 6 months later, I'm beginning to start seeing better after that. And then about the same time as when I told my doctor, my knee is really, really sore, my right knee. So they did x-rays and that, and found out 2 years later, I found out I have a L1 tear in my right knee. And I went from walking normal to limping to crutches and to a walker. I was on the temporary walker, and my knee surgeon told me when I went to see him a year after the first one, told me, well, I need to lose weight, which I do know. And he says, I'm not going to do anything or touch you. Okay, no problem. And I had 2 physiotherapists, a lady, which I forgot her name, and the second one is Neil. And I met both of them, one in April, and Neil I met in May. And I was on crutches, and I had to go to my sister's wedding. Well, I gave up the crutches before that, which I wish I never did. And when seeing the knee specialist, orthopedics, or not orthopedic, prosthetics specialist, and he did a whole pile of testing on my knee, both legs, and that's when he discovered I had pinched nerves in both of my feet, which I didn't know. I thought I had gout. And then a few meetups with the prosthetic specialist. They did uh, one of those 3D software scans of my knee, and um, and I ended up getting this, my knee brace, and it has my initials right there, and also up here. But this knee brace is awesome. I love it. It works really good, except for on hot days. It likes to run away on me. I got my walker, which you can kind of see. It's there it is, the cat crate sitting on it. Sorry. And then I got my walker in the end of July, or middle of July, sorry. My knee brace I got at the end of August, and I was doing good, minus the walker does not like slush. It absolutely hates it. I've had the walker and my knee brace not quite a year yet, but they're very helpful for me. The walker is for balance, and the knee brace helps a lot. And it's scary. The fall had really changed my life because I'm not able to do things like normal. I'm be able to ride bicycles, which I'm not able to now because of my knee. I can go for walks up to 2.5 blocks and back without overdoing it. Before, I could go not even a half a block. I'd be so tired and exhausted from walking because of my knee. And the doctor said I have L1 tear, bone spurs in my both knees, and arthritis in my right knee. And I'm not going to get the surgery done because I want to prove to myself and to others that I can do it. I can go out walking around. It's just harder in the winter because the ice and brakes don't work on ice with the walker. I figured that out. I went sliding all the way down the bottom of the driveway in a corner store, and the owner and the lady in the Jeep, they helped me back up to the Jeep. They had to push me up the hill because I kept going backwards down. She drove me home. It was New Year's Eve, and we had wicked snow and rain. And I got home. I was shaking so bad, but I was calmed down about an hour or two afterwards. But the lesson is, don't leave stuff like this bag hanging off the door, one handle off the door, because it is extremely dangerous. You may think, oh, it's not that bad in that, but trust me, I have to live the rest of my life with the L1 tear in my knee, and there's a lot of things I want to do I'm not able to, but I'm going to keep fighting and working my way through to get better and work my way up. But just want to let you guys know, you have a good day and be safe, okay? Bye. Hi, this is Ginny. It is February 12th, and I would like to talk to everyone about we're in the middle of the Arctic blast, which is minus 13 Celsius here. That is 9 Fahrenheit, and It's been a cold last few days. And I would also like to talk about the movie Mount St. Helens. May 18th, 1980, when had the eruption. I've watched that movie so many times. I think they could have prevented 59 people from dying if they put dynamite on one side of the bulge of the mountain to release the pressure. That's my opinion. I don't judge anybody, but hopefully in the future nothing like that happens again, because I would be very excited once this virus disappears and goes away for good. I would love to travel down to go and see where Mount St. Helens is and walk around the area and take pictures, and maybe even, if allowed, to spend a weekend there, day and night, get some sounds and audio, and see if you can still hear the chainsaws going or the people talking, the spirits talking out there, of David Jackson and Harry and the other people that passed away up there from the eruption of the volcano. That's what my big interest is. I don't know nothing about volcanoes besides what I see on TV and the movies I watch. I would love to learn more about them, but I don't have the education or the money for that specific project. But my extreme future goals is to go see Mount St. Helens, spend maybe a weekend or two over that way to take a look at it, and not be in the airplane, walk around the area where I can and take pictures and audio and everything. I've Googled Earth, the area, and it's interesting, but it won't be the same unless you see it in person, like my dream is to. And because I live in Canada, it's difficult for me because, one, I don't drive. I'll have to look into getting a passport and stuff like that, and which I can do down the road. But this is the next 5-10 year down the road futures to go see Mount St. Helens. And also to go traveling around BC. Where I grew up is around a town named Headley, BC. You probably all know the music singers group called Headley. They grew up in the area and lived there. I don't know if they still do, but I grew up in that area, and it's a beautiful place. And they have a mine over the top of the mountain where you can see from town. You can see part of the mine up above you, a town. And it's called Nickel Plate Mine. It's beautiful in the summer, spring and summer. And I haven't been there since my family moved to Logan Lake. So that's about 1989-90. I haven't been there, but I Googled Earth it also. And I've read about a restaurant that got burnt down. Not sure when, but it's a nice little town. Used to go to the school there across from the city town hall, I guess it's called. And I would like to go there again, also travel and see some family friends over there. And work my way back to Logan Lake, where I also used to live and graduated May 31st, 1997. See how that is over there. I do love Google Earth to check out different areas where I lived and see the differences and stuff. And the neat thing is, because of this virus, I get asked, do you travel out of country? I go just by Google Earth because I don't have a driver's license and I don't fly on the plane or go on trains and that. But I use Google Earth and make them smile and cheer them up. But I would love to travel. I miss traveling. I used to go with my dad and mom and my sister over to Tulameen and spend a weekend there. It was pretty neat. Beautiful, crystal clear river. Good fishing and hiking area. And I wish I could do that all again. But it's not easy when you don't drive. And my goal is to try and I have to charge up both my big camera and small camera, and hopefully when this cold weather leaves, I can go out and take pictures again of the deer and birds and wildlife around town, and travel on buses to see different stuff around. Maybe even get a few good pictures of trees or ducks, groundhogs. They got lots of groundhogs. I call them groundhogs, but I guess they're gophers. Not very far from here, probably about 3 or 4 blocks away from where I live. Go and take pictures of them and the ducks and different stuff and see how that goes. But right now I haven't left the house since this cold Arctic air has come through, because it affects my body with having gout and pinched nerves in both of my feet, so it's difficult and feeling the coldness in my right knee. But I've been doing pretty good so far. I just put my jacket on because I had to open my window because my room gets extremely hot. And the heater's just right behind me. Sorry, right back here is the heater around my bed, so it gets nice and toasty warm. No complaints on that, but once this Arctic breeze breaks through and get back to warming up again, I go out and venture around outside. I was talking to one of my roommates about going deer antler, see if we could find any deer antlers and take pictures of them, and not sure what we'll do with them, but hopefully we can find something in that. And in April this year, my goal is to get a fishing license and some fishing gear, which I can attach to my walker, and then go fishing and hopefully bring some yummy fish home if I can get spots where I can go and not too far from bus stops too. And also The lights are blinking around here because of the coldness in the air. Hopefully we don't have a power outage. But yeah, my crazy hairdo. Sorry about that. I'm thinking of changing my hair color to a deep purple. Not sure when I'll do that though, but if you guys notice it, purple and green is my favorite color. I'm not going to put green in my hair, don't worry. If I do, I'll make sure it's washable and get my hair hopefully back under control again. Trying to grow my hair out long. Hopefully I can get down to here. My goal is to get down to here. To be able to put my hair up in ponytails and make it look nice. And I don't know what everybody's going to be doing on Valentine's Day. I'm going to see about making some really nice cards for my roommates to hand out to them. And draw some really unique, draw some pictures. And hopefully make more bird feeders. I won't show you them because they don't look, to me they don't look that good. But one of my roommates said it's unique because it always ends up tilting this way more than staying up straight. So, but I'm trying. And hopefully I can get this video out and hope everybody has a good night and don't get too cold and have a very good Valentine's Day, and hopefully I'll have this video out by then and make a new one. Okay, be safe everyone and take care and have a good day. Bye. My night light. My night light. That funny looking fish is what Luna's chasing after, trying to catch.